Let's continue this morning. Hello, talk to me. Yes.
Yes, good morning. How are you?
Morning to you. How you doing? Yes.
Okay, enjoying the weather. I would like to send belated birthday greetings to Edith Anthony from Bush, her daughter Sandra and all the rest, her sister, Mrs. Laurie, want to wish her happy birthday and saying happy birthday to a pharmacist, Hilda Reiner, wishing her God's blessing, guidance, protection, long life. Enjoy it to the fullest. God bless.
God
And good
bless you
morning
too.
to Auntie over in St. Martin right now.
All right. Thank you, Auntie. Enjoy holidays, boy.
We know the key to unity of all people is in the dream that you had so long ago that lives in all of the hearts of people. Believe me, we'll make the dream become a reality. I know we will, because our hearts tell us so.
On the telephone. Hello, talk to me. Yes. Good morning.
Yes, Matt, let me tell you, happy birthday to Wago, our next father of Salisbury.
What's his name?
Wago.
Oh,
The
Wago.
top farmer, the top farmer of Salisbury,
Is
top
your,
of the Caribbean.
all right. Your next pile rep. Okay. All right. Happy birthday. All right, we have a short time this morning. We don't have too much time, but let's take a few more calls, and this is it. Hello, talk to me. Yes.
Good morning, Mato.
Good
And
morning
how
to
are
you.
you doing
Good
today?
morning. Good morning.
Matt, I want to send sympathy greeting to the Shillingford family. To that lady, Solar Shillingford, who passed away after her birthday. She turned 91, 4 days after she died. And I'm to say good morning to Hyrel Anthony and Claudia Vigilan and his layer Anthony, and to say good morning to them. And everybody who heard my voice, so back to take care of yourself. Love you. Have a blessed day. Bye.
Have a blessed day yourself. 449309596 and 97. Thank you. Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Yes, good morning. We're going to take one more call, and this is it for us this morning, okay? Good morning to you. Hello, yeah? Yes, you're back.
Today you go for my birthday.
Go put, oh, your birthday and your anniversary?
Yeah, no, that's my birthday, but that's the last group I get, but on that day.
My brother. Thank you. Salisbury, good morning to you.
Be part of the Blue Box Christmas Sweepstakes, a greenhouse valued at almost $3,000. Become a loyalty card member. Purchase a bill of sugar pot and mix or any size solar floodlight. Don't miss your chance to grow your garden with an amazing prize. Visit us in Roseville on the corner of Hanover Street and Dewey Lane, or in Goodwill, 66 Federation Drive. Promotion ends on December 24th. Call us for more info at 235-3483 or 235-3480 in Goodwill. Bloom Box, your one-stop shop for everything that grows. Let's bloom together.
Auto Trade introduces our newest line of lubricants, Valvoline, America's first branded motor oil. Valvoline has been formulating and improving motor oil longer than any other brand. From the world's first racing oil to the world's first synthetic blend, Valvoline has been trusted in engines around the world for over 150 years. Make the switch today. Choose Valvoline, the original motor oil. At Auto Trade, we only recommend the best in quality because at Auto Trade, it's more than a vehicle. It's a relationship. Valvoline Lubricants, now distributed by Auto Trade.
Want to stay ahead in the world of electronic communications? Then you've got to check out Ectel Bytes, a production of the Eastern Caribbean Telecommunications Authority. We dive into the hottest topics affecting the telecom sector, from the latest innovations to the policies shaping your digital future. Tune in to Ectel Bytes on the first 3 Thursdays of this month, December 5th, 12th, and 19th. In the digital world, knowledge is your greatest asset.
Unwrap the magic of Christmas in your home with Beep. Purchase any Beep dishwashing liquid for your chance to win 1,000 EC dollar shopping spree to do it center. It's easy to enter. Just write your name and contact number on the back of your receipt and drop it in entry boxes provided, or WhatsApp a photo of your receipt and contact number to 616-8810. Make sure to get your entries in by January 3rd, 2025. Give your home that magical Christmas feeling with Beep for a happy, healthy home. Distributed by Fine Foods, Inc.
From December 2nd, 2024 to January 6th, 2025, every time you play $5 on Daily 3 and $5 on Multi-X, you get a chance to win cash instantly. Look out for your winning coupon that could read "You've won cash," or try your luck again. And that's not all. We're giving away 4 grand prizes of $20,000, $10,000, and $5,000. Yes, all lucky players will win $40,000 in cash, plus over 300 instant winners. Play, win, and celebrate big this Christmas season with the Dominican National Lottery's Christmas Extravaganza promotion. Terms and conditions apply. Must be 18 years or older to play.
Can I have this? We have an extra $400 from Flow. You can have everything you want.
Mortgage with Flow. With Christmas in, when weekly prices up to 10,000. For a portrait wonder or a
we Christmasing with free groceries from Flow. Plus, a chance to win weekly prizes and up to $10,000 cash. Head over to your nearest Flow store or visit discoverflow.co. Flow, we Christmasing.
Mortgage with Flow.
No holiday time. See the green, the red, and the white. Gonna keep it going on. All the way back up. All the red lights and beware. That's how I'll be. Get moving, get going. It's Christmas. Get going, get moving, get going. It's Christmas. Get going.
Have a happy and safe Christmas from Rubus.
Q 95.
In the next few minutes, we'll have our friends there from the Republic Bank. And then right after, we'll start the talk, okay?
The weary world rejoices, for yonder break a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees. Oh, hear the angels' voices. Oh, divine, oh, night, when Christ was born, oh, night, divine, oh, night, divine.
Good morning, good morning. Shirley, Fast Travel, good morning to you. I think I missed your calls yesterday, Shirley. My apologies. Continue to enjoy your favorite season, the Christmas season. All right, Dominica. Did you hear or did you see this share certificate going around? And one individual has been transferred, or 1,000 shares has been transferred from the Bois Cotlet estate. To try to secure bail for the murder accused. Where are we, Dominica? Where are we? I'm sure we'll talk about it and more. 449-3095-96 and 97. Very interesting, huh? Well, maybe he'll be brought down again, attempting bail. Yes, we just, of course, sharing a story that as it relates to a share certificate that written in the name of or transferred to Rhoda Joseph of Caneville East, Dominica, from is as the 23rd of October. That's what it says. 2024, the owner of 1,000 shares in the BC North Incorporated, subject to the Articles of Incorporation, as transferable in the book of the company in the person or duly authorized attorney upon surrender of this certificate properly endorsed. So, in a nutshell, 1,000 shares of the Bois Cotlet estate has been transferred to the individual there. I guess trying to get bail. I think from what I gather, from what I read there, I'm not no attorney, it's worth almost $1.2 million. Take note, Dominica, take note. A lot of things happening around you. You have to take note of that. 449-3095 coming up in a few minutes. Our friends there from Republic Bank. We'll talk about that and more as we continue this morning.
New York City and the Tri-State, it gets so power. It's a party. It's a party. Borrow to Bow in collaboration with Creole Cultural Ambassador Prince Wadix present Winter Wonderland, the Red Edition, Saturday, December 21st from 8 p.m. 112-50 Springfield Boulevard, Queens Village, New York City. Featuring DJ Sniper, DJ Reckless, and the legendary Prince Wadix from Waddy Advance tickets $50, 60 at the door. Supported by Q95 FM, the big station. La Famille Créole, tout Dominique, États-Unis, New York City, pour attention. Nous camene, Shannonwell, Dominique Johnson. Samedi, décembre 21, Webawe Kozot, Fini, Pompi Azot. Bon, musique et descend.
There's Smooth.
And then there's Guinness Smooth.
It's a brand new cool.
Incredibly smooth.
Perfectly balanced.
For a smooth and refreshing taste.
How smooth? Well smooth. Guinness Smooth.
For a smooth and refreshing taste. New Guinness Smooth. Must be 18 years or older. Drink responsibly. Socialize responsibly.
Locally distributed by Belfast Estate Limited.
Tika Noël, Tika Noël, Tika Noël. Comité pour études créoles qui a présenté Tika Noël à son mouvement créole à ce cube. Get into the Christmas spirit and win prizes on Mouvement Créole à ce cube on Tuesday, December 17th from 6 to 7:45 p.m. Parlez pour 2 minutes sa pause à scientifier un sujet. Peut-être Noël, belle la Dominique, communauté ou maman ou papa ou belle-mère ou beau-père. Speak for 2 minutes in Creole on different topics and win great prizes on the Movement Creole à ce cube. Or sing a Christmas Creole song. We pour nos checks sur un Powerball, banou anti-cote, et puis gagner cadeau pour Noël, messieurs, mesdames. Noëlito. Ça, c'est pas blague, messieurs. Qui est nous et participer? Cadeau. Par bonne complément with Center, Signman, Tichisel, toute connexion. Pavel Sarah, Issa Trading, and up, messieurs. Mouvement Créole, la Soukiou, Tika Noël, Mani décembre 17, 6 étoiles, Q95 FM, One Station Internationale, bon temps, bon bagaille, match ça ici, mesdames.
All right, Dominica, coming up. Our friends there from the Republic Bank. Let's get in that mood there, the Christmas mood this morning. It's that time of year Republic Bank pull out all the stops to make Christmas extra special for everyone. And guess what? They do it again this year. They're about to turn up the holiday magic to a whole new level. So stick around for more excitement there from the Republic Bank. Already 8:29 in the morning. Like I said just a few minutes ago, it's time of that time of year. Republic Bank pulling out all the stops to make Christmas extra special for you this year. And guess what? They're doing it again this year and about to turn up the holiday magic to a whole new level. I'm talking about making Christmas magical, making Christmas magical campaign. And all here to talk to us this morning there is Stanley Green, Relationship Officer of the Republic Bank. Good morning to you, sir. How you doing?
Good morning, Mr. Percy. I'm well, and what about you?
Well, I'm trying my best, taking day one day at a time. Everything okay?
I'm great. Thanks for having us this morning, and it's great to be here again with you to talk about our exciting campaign.
All right. Tell us about the Make Your Magic Magical campaign going on.
So, we're going to talk about our amazing campaign this morning. So, definitely, we actually launched the campaign on November 1st of this year, and it's going to run until January 31st next year, 2025. We're bringing the magic to both our retail and commercial customers. We want to make this holiday season unforgettable, whether you're looking for a dream vehicle, a new home, or your business owner who's ready to take things to the next level. There's something for everyone.
It appears that way. I'm so pumped up to hear more about it, Mr. Green. And so tell us a little more about, what is in this make your, of course, your Christmas magical this year. What's in that
Well,
magical
Mr.
campaign?
Peltier, we have both for our retail and for our business customers. So for our retail customers, it's all about making your Christmas wishes come true. Whether you're looking for a make it happen loan, a new vehicle, a mortgage, or even a land purchase, Republic Bank has got you covered.
Tell us what's in there for, especially the retail customers.
So, for retail customers, as I said earlier, you can do a couple of things: make it happen loan, a new vehicle, or mortgage, or even land purchase. Republic Bank has got you covered. Now, here's where the magic happens, Mr. Peltier. So if you take out a loan during the campaign period, you'll have a chance to win a shopping spree valued at easy $1,500. One lucky winner will be picked for November and December, and you'll be walking away for a nice little cash prize to shop till you drop this holiday season. But that's not all. The grand prize, yeah, that Mr. Peltier.
A grand
Caribbean
prize?
Cruise. Caribbean Cruise. That's right. One lucky customer could be sailing away for 5 days experience several amazing destinations in the Caribbean, all thanks to Republic Bank.
Wow, that's a big cruise there for across the Caribbean. And imagine myself cruising the Caribbean with a drink in hand, but it sounds like you're really spreading the magic all across the board. Now, earlier you mentioned retail and business customer. What's in store for the entrepreneurs out there for this promotion?
So yes, we're not forgetting our entrepreneurs. So we've got for our business customers, you're making this season extra special for them as well. So for all our MSME, whether you're micro, small, or medium, we've got fantastic offers just for you. So if you bundle up at least 3 of our products or services, you'll benefit from attractive rates, flexible terms, and financing up to easy $50,000, and that is unsecured, Mr. President, unsecured.
You say $50,000?
Yes, 15,000 is unsecured. But here's the real kicker. One lucky business customer will win $10,000 cash injection back into their business. So whether you want to upgrade your equipment, expand your team, or boost your holiday inventory, this is your chance to give your business that lift it needs.
Wow. Now, wow. I'm loving this 10,000 cash injection to a small business. It's definitely going through, making Christmas so magical, all the wishes coming true. Well, but what does people need to do to get involved in all this magical offers this year?
Oh, yes. It's simple. For our retail customers, all you need to do is apply for one of our Make It Happen loans, whether it's for a vehicle, a mortgage, or land purchase. And for our business customers, just bundle up your products and services, and you'll be eligible for those fantastic rates and flexible financing options. The best part, you'll be automatically entered for a chance to win those incredible prizes.
Wow. A lot is going on there at the Republic Bank. I love the way it's also easy to be part of this magic. So, in a recap this morning.
Absolutely.
All right. So
It's
tell us.
all about helping our customers, whether it's personal or business, get the most out of the holiday season, whether you're treating yourself to a new vehicle, upgrading your home, or taking your business to the next level, where you have to make your dreams a reality. We want to make this Christmas magical for everyone, and we are thrilled to be able to offer these amazing opportunities.
I'm basically feeling the holiday magic already. So it could be a new car, a vacation, a financial boost for your business. Republic Bank has got everything you need to make this season magical. Yes?
Yes, definitely.
I want to say thank you very much for, of course, participating with us, the Q95 this morning. Just before you go, just to recap some of what we're going to experience there at the Republic Bank.
So it's all about making your Christmas magical. Come down, talk to us, business and retail customers. Thank you, Mr. Peltier, for having me this morning. Remember, make your Christmas magical. Republic Bank. We wait to help. We can't wait to help you make your holiday wishes come true.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. I'm sure we're going to join you again sometime in the near future. But thank you, the Republic Bank. Thank you. All right, folks, don't forget. Don't miss out on this magical offers there to make your Christmas magical. The Christmas Magical campaign, live from November 1, 2024 to January 31st, 2025. Head over to the Republic Bank this morning, get your loans, and enter a chance to win incredible prizes. Make this the most magical Christmas ever. Stay tuned for more updates. And remember, make your Christmas magical with Republic Bank.
Make this Christmas happen for everyone this year with Republic Bank. The finest loans we have to spread the Christmas cheer with Republic Bank. We can make your dreams come true like magic will appear with Republic Bank. Make this Christmas happen with Republic Bank this year. Make this Christmas happen for everyone this year with Republic Bank. The finest loans we have to spread the Christmas cheer with Republic Bank. We can make your dreams come true like magic will appear with Republic Bank. Make this Christmas happen with Republic Bank this year.
Republic Bank. We're the one for you.
Okay, Max, if I'm going to steal Christmas this year, I'll need a smart TV to keep an eye on the who's, a smartphone to call for backup, cash, and a stove to bake this hat. Seriously, I can get all of this for free if I sign up for Flow.
With Christmasing with thousands of gifts, even the Grinch would love. Sign up for a postpaid mobile bundle or high-speed broadband and win big every week. Visit discoverflow.co now.
Bloombox brings you our new branch right in the heart of Roseau to make things even easier for you to get all the best products we have in stock. Bloombox Roseau on the corner of Hanover Street and Drury Lane, next to Richard Wholesale, the same block as Western Union. Bloombox Roseau, a farmer's favorite place. New location, same great products for all your planting needs. We're open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Call us at 235-3483. Bloombox, your one-stop shop for everything that grows. Let's bloom together.
Tika Noel, Tika Noel, Tika Noel. Com interprete que eu acabei de soltar Tika Well, I so move my Creole, that's so cute. Get into the Christmas spirit and win prizes on Move My Creole, that's so cute. On Tuesday, December 17th from 6 to 7:45 p.m. Parlez pour 2 minutes, ça pose à suite différents sujets. Peut-être Noël, belle la Dominique, community, ou maman, ou papa, ou belle-mère, ou beau-père. Speak for 2 minutes in Creole on different topics and win great prizes on Move My Creole, that's so cute. Or sing a Christmas Creole song. We projection on Powerball, Banon Ticot, et puis gagner cadeau pour Noël, messieurs, mesdames. Noëlito. Ça, c'est pas blague, messieurs. Tirez-nous et participez. Cadeau. Par bonne compliment with Center, Signman, Tichisel, toute connexion. Pavel, Sarah, Isa Trading, et d'autres, messieurs. Mouvement Créole, la Security, Cadeau Noël, Mani 217, 6 étoiles, Q95 FM, One Station Internationale, bon temps, bon bagaille, match ça ici, mesdames.
All right, Dominica. You know, earlier this week, it was reported that the judge denied the state's request for revocation of bail for double the murder accused Jonathan Lerrer. So actually, the state trying its very best, from what I'm reading, to have the judge revoke the bail. Instead, remember Justice Williams had granted bail to Lerrer, one of the $1 million with a property surety and among some of the other conditions. And he must revoke his U.S. citizenship. That decision to grant him bail caused public outcry, with Minister of National Security Reverend Blackmore expressing disappointment at the decision. The state, citing fresh information, went to court to have the bail revoked last week before Justice Williams. And Mr. Lerrer was brought down, and I just want to remind you some of the bail conditions set there, by the Judge Williams. Let's listen to a report there from Richie Farrell. We heard that before, but just to re-emphasize the point.
Expressed on November 26, 2024, Dominicans expressed anger and disbelief as murder-accused Jonathan Lerrer was granted access to bail of $1 million as the claimant applied for bail in order to travel overseas for medical reasons. On December 5, 2023, the claimant, Mr. Jonathan Lerrer, was jointly charged with Robert Thomas Snyder Jr. for 2 counts of murder. The claimant was remanded to the state prison at Stock Farm. Bail in the Commonwealth of Dominica is governed by the Bail Act number 20 of 2020. The claimant relied on sections 4, subsection 3, 4, subsection 4, 7, subsection 1, and 7, subsection 2 of the Act. The following are the conditions of bail as granted to murder-accused Jonathan Lerrer by the court yesterday, November 26, 2024. It is hereby ordered that bail is offered to the applicant, Jonathan Lerrer, in the sum of $1 million Eastern Caribbean currency, with one surety in the like sum of $1 million. The conditions of the bail are: 1. The surety, who is to be approved by the registrar of the High Court, must be a family member or a business associate or someone of similar stature who, in the opinion of the registrar, has significant influence in relation to the applicant and is capable of ensuring that the applicant abides by the conditions of his bail. 2. The applicant must not communicate directly or indirectly, including via social media or through a third party, with any witness about this case. 3. The applicant must attend court on the 10th of December 2024 and all adjourned dates until the conclusion of the matter. 4. The applicant may be permitted to travel out of the Commonwealth of Dominica for medical purposes, but must secure the approval of a judge of the High Court and provide details as to the dates of travel, including date of return, proposed address while overseas, and the medical facility he intends to visit. 5. The applicant would have to provide proof to the registrar that he has revoked his American citizenship prior to being allowed to travel out of the Commonwealth of Dominica. 6. The applicant must provide a sworn undertaking that he would not seek to reactivate his American citizenship while on bail. 7. The applicant shall file, if necessary, under seal, an updated medical report upon any travel overseas. 8. The applicant must commit to returning to the Commonwealth of Dominica upon conclusion of any medical procedure and to not travel to and remain in any third country, that is, any country other than that to which approval was given. 9. The applicant shall provide a solemn guarantee to pay for any and all expenses that may be incurred by the state in seeking to have him returned to Dominica in the event that he does not do so voluntarily and immediately after his medical procedures. 10. The applicant shall provide an irrevocable consent to be extradited. Such an undertaking would indicate that he would not contest extradition should it become necessary to seek his extradition. 11. The applicant undertakes not to breach the laws of the United States of America or any country to which he travels for medical attention while he is within such other country's borders. 12. The applicant, prior to any overseas travel, shall consent to having a tracking device fitted to his body. 13. The applicant, upon his return to Dominica, shall reside at Bois Cotlet Estate and not leave the Commonwealth of Dominica without first getting the approval of a judge of the High Court. 14. The applicant, upon his return to Dominica, must report to Grand Bay Police Station once a week on Mondays to sign in, sometimes between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. 15. If the applicant breaches any condition of his bail, or if he is charged with any offense anywhere which has a prescribed penalty of at least 2 years imprisonment, then his recognizance becomes liable to be forfeited and his bail may be revoked. Copies of the bail order are to be served on the Chief of Police, the Chief Immigration Officer, the Superintendent of Prisons, the Clerk of the Magistrates Court, and the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions.
Oh, you want to say, man? Now we finish. Hello, people from Suffering. Pack all you gets to travel because we finish. Yes, finish. Another one that go into thing. You know me, I don't live in Dominica first of all. But you see this, it is my concern. I live in Suffering and I know what Jonathan had done already to the people. Right? You see, if today they grant Jonathan bail or if he get bail, that's gonna be chaos in Suffering. I promise you, I'm telling you from the bottom of my heart. I just want to give him bail $1 million. Man, I can't even talk because this is something personally. I've been through this struggle with Jonathan. No, this is chaos in Suffering. That's gonna be chaos in Suffering. I'm telling you. If it from Suffering, then knock it demonstrate. Knock it. It's not gonna be. We finish in Suffering. We finish in Suffering. Jonathan got bail. Al Capone could not get bail. What is it in Dominica? People from Dominica get out in the watch number and we need to demonstrate who are we right now? What are we right now? Hello?
And I don't care. I don't have a European passport. I don't have a problem. But you see, Dominica, this is my country. And you see what Jonathan have done to us in Soufriere? I can tell you definitively, this will not pass so. It might not be like in Haiti or some other places in Jamaica. But you see, our people, it is time for us to stand up. It is time for us to see what is going on and what is not right. This is not about a politics business, you know. This is about what we've been through with Jonathan. I can't understand somebody like that. Somebody like that had killed two people. Let me tell you something. It was not any ordinary sort of people. They were my people, my personal friend. Dominic and Jonathan been in Dominica for more than 30 years. And then people are my people. You hear me? And I'm probably emotional today because that's not fair and that's not right. But the God I serve, He never leave me, never forsake me.
It appears that there's green light there, a light in the tunnel. Because as I read before, it appears that one Dominican who has been transferred some shares on that estate, 1,000 shares. Imagine that, eh? She's the head of investment in Dominica. Mr. Blackman, I hope you're paying attention. She is the head of investment in Dominica. What conflict of interest that there is? Mr. Blackman, I hope you can comment on this, huh? This is very troubling. I have no, as somebody's indicating, I have no idea why this individual is so determined to be involved with this Jonathan Lerrer, even going as far as posting bail. And she has been passed on to her, which is worth over $1 million, part of the conditions for bail. Now, Mr. Blackmore, since this is in the public right now, how does a senior government officer directly invited with attracting investors remain in that position? She's so wrapped up in this Jonathan scandal. That's all I'm asking this morning. Somebody's saying, Matt's given a position, she should be fired. That'll be left for the government of Dominica. Hello, talk to me. On the telephone,
Morning,
talk to me.
Matt.
Morning to you, sir. Morning.
Yeah, Matt, and she did refuse to speak to the Canadian press.
Right.
You saw that clip? Yeah.
Yes, I saw
But
that.
Matt, that's not the point I wanted to make. That's a sideline. The point I want to make is that a few days ago, our Honorable Dr. Roosevelt Skerritt said that he should get an award for bringing that first reading to Parliament or whatever it is. You heard that one, right?
I heard that, but we'll talk about that sometime later. We'll talk about that because we have the plan for the morning. But we're trying to stick on that issue there with the bail conditions. Mr. Jonathan might get bail, according to my sources. He might be brought down today, and another attempt might be, for him to get bail. So, Dominica, we want to focus on that. We'll talk about the first reading in a few minutes. Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Talk to me.
Hi, good morning, Matt.
Morning.
Matt, it look like we are little Haiti, we are little Nigeria, Matt, we are little Matt, are the only countries that have all the corruption in it, Matt. It look like Dominica is the smallest, and it look like it's taking the cake, Matt. Why that lady? You think that lady would do that for a member of her family, Matt? Putting up her own business or her.
Well, it's not her business now. They have transferred some of the 1,000 shares from that estate on her name, so she has the potential now to bail Mr. Lerrer.
Yes, Matt, but before that, one particular one, she's involved in.
It was not enough. What she put up the last time was not enough.
Well, why they're telling you that from the last time what she did.
Yes.
But she wouldn't do it for her family. You put it for a stranger, but something going on there, and I think that lady in that kind of position, she holding in government, she should be fired. But she should be. She shouldn't be holding that position she have there. But only, what you call it, only cell phones and whatever we hear involved in that in the jail, them prison officers, all of them involved in corruption. What a country we live in Matt. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Yes, good morning.
Yes, Matt. Good morning to you and your listeners, Matt.
Morning.
Matt, that thing about the government opposing bill and all those things, there, Matt, that is a whole heap of horse manure.
Well, I heard the Prime Minister at the news conference last week saying he supports Mr. Blackmore, who made the statement that he's kind of upset that he was getting bail. So the Prime Minister said, "I'm standing with Mr. Blackmore for making that statement." So I don't think let's see if it was a show, but the Prime Minister seems to be a little upset about that too.
Matt,
Mhm.
I can say that is their political interest they're trying to protect, Matt. That's all they're trying to do. Protect their political interest in Soufriere Scott's head. That is all. Nothing less, nothing more. A whole heap of horse manure.
All right, caller, thank you very much. 8:56. Talk to me.
Matt, just slow down a bit. I wasn't going off topic, Matt. I was coming to the point.
Okay,
The
well,
point I
get
was
to the
trying
point.
to make is the point I was trying to make is that Shakespeare, Mr. Skerritt, did his duty. He doesn't deserve any award for doing his duty. But Shakespeare, my friend, would have given the person who wrote that script an award. Yes, Shakespeare, the person that wrote that script, should get an award from Shakespeare. You see all that thing with Blackmore and Skerritt and all that?
Mm-hmm.
Concert time, Matt. I've said it from the beginning. It's a concert. And the person who wrote it should get an award. That's the point I wanted to make.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. I apologize on that one. 8:57. Talk to me, yes?
I say praises, thanks, blessings, and glory to all those who sacrifice the personal safety and security, trying to elevate mankind to humanity, love, life, healing, joy, gratitude, courage, and the sacrifice. Mr. Belty, blessings on your family, sir.
Blessings to you, blessings.
Blessings to all friends, all fools, all lovers, all haters who don't deserve it. It shall surely keep away from them. Matt, it's very interesting. Matt, with all that machination and maneuvering, Matt, who they think they're fooling? They be foolish people. They say where ignorance is in abundance, it is foolish to be wise. It is folly to be wise. I do not subscribe to that entirely. You see this, you hear when his lawyer said that he knows that his client is innocent.
Mm-hmm.
And I keep making reference of the great Al Capone in America, that big gangster, fraudster, drug dealer, whatever he was. And his lawyer was charged as an accomplice in all his crimes. And he was jailed with Al Capone. And I'm telling Mr. Lawrence, be careful. I know in Dominica, it's, how the fellow call it, it's not what do you call it, a simple, some kind of thing. I think it's Clem himself that describe it. To me, it's a circus. All right, I trying to use Clem word to describe it. It's not coming, but it's a circus. Matt Skerritt support Mr. Blackmore. Problem, reaction, solution. You're subtle or you subtly or secretly creates a problem. The people react to the problem, and then you come with a so-called solution in your corniness. Matt, it's all a game. That woman there, Matt, very interesting, So, Matt, 1,000 shares have been transferred after the first attempt to bail Mr. Lera. Isn't that what I'm hearing, Matt?
Yep.
So, who is the mastermind behind all of that machination? Behind all of that maneuvering, Matt. So that is what I'm saying, Matt. Poor people, children get killed in police custody, Matt. In the prison cell, in the station cell. And you have important people, Matt, who can do the worst of crimes. And I'm not referring to Mr. Lera there. I'm just generalizing.
Mm-hmm.
And then, Matt, you have all great minds coming together with the financial and political influence and resources and all of that. And the people walk, Matt. And I see another walk, unless the partner from Canada, what's his name, Matt? Brother want to take some kind of, let me not say the word. Anyway, Matt, I'm listening.
All right, thank you very much. 449-3095-9697. It looks like a big scandal here this morning. 9 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 9 o'clock, Dominica. It's very troubling. Very, very troubling.
Matt, good morning. Matt, when you check the bail conditions that was set by the judge, I don't think this lady qualifies to be the surety. For instance, the judge said it must be a family or a business associate. Has she been a business associate? No, she's not. He's just transferring shares into her name to get some backings. She's not a business associate. So how does she qualify to become one of his sureties?
Well, basically,
How is she going to hold
basically,
control?
my friend, she has also declared that she's part of the family. She's raised his kids. So this is family.
Where he's not. And the judge was specific that it must be a family or a business associate. At the time of making this condition, setting this condition, she was not. And she cannot be considered a legitimate business partner neither. So I do not see, even if we curse about it, I don't see she qualifying. And that
My partner, before you continue, she of course she qualifies because the bail conditions were set down in November. It was transferred in October. The shares were transferred in October. So your argument doesn't hold any water at this time. On the telephone, hello, talk to me. Yes, good morning. Yes,
Yeah, Matt, good morning, Matt.
good morning.
Matt, this thing is a comedy of errors. And I keep saying, God is doing his work. Matt, how is it possible that the gentleman, in order to satisfy bail conditions where the person needs to be a business partner who can wield sufficient influence over the gentleman to ensure that he returns when he's required to return. This woman is being given shares from.
In other words, from the company. So would you say she's qualified? She now owns part of the shares.
Not at all, because she's being given shares in a property that belongs to him. He is the majority shareholder, presumably. And she's supposed to wield, with those 1,000 shares, sufficient influence to ensure that he returns to Dominica. My brother, that's a joke. If this gentleman is in fact a millionaire, as has been claimed, and his surety is $1 million, and his value, his worth is much higher than that. When he leaves Dominica, he can leave and stay away and lose the $1 million without feeling any pain. This person does not have a separate piece of property that she's utilizing as a surety. She's utilizing his own property from shares that are transferred to her supposedly. So if he remains outside of Dominica, what happens? She loses the shares. So what? That's utter madness, brother.
As I said, it's very, very, very troubling there. 9:03 is the morning time. Talk to me, yes?
Just quickly, my beloved brother, you may have missed the point, the brother. You said his point does not hold any water. And look, this last caller was just alluding to the same point, Matt. The company belongs to him. That is awaiting the bail. The 1,000 shares moved to her that want to grant him bail, not prior to the first attempt of bail, Matt. Not before the attempted bail, After a failure of the attempt, the second try, now she have 1,000 shares in a name, Matt, in his company. That is beyond a conflict of interest and the machination and maneuvering I'm talking about. It is easy for the brother to just disappear. The property gets sold, and then his shares gone meet him, Matt. So All this little maneuvering and the machinations I'm talking about, Matt, I think the brother, you cut off not a voice note, you discontinue because you say, Matt, I think he's right on point, and look, the last caller there making the same observation, and that is very dangerous, Matt. These small countries must learn to take matters into their own hands. Thank you.
All right, 449-309596. All right, let's take a phone call. Hello, talk to me, yes? Uh-huh.
Morning, Matt. Morning, Matt.
Morning to you, sir.
Matt, I'm sorry to hear what's happening in Dominica right now. A man came here, was a passport seller, sell passport, became a millionaire. Now he committed double murder. They want to stand the man bail. Dominica's a failed state. They must not stand the man bail at no time. That's all about it.
Well, recently they said they had some new evidence and they tried again to prevent his bail, but the judge actually refused that and awarded the defendant some $7,500. Hello, talk to me. Yes, 906. Uh-huh.
Yeah, Matt, I know that as a journalist, as the host of the show, you tend to play the devil's advocate. But the point Blessing made, I think, is valid. Because let's look at it another way. If he does disappear, it only cost him $1 million. What and this business that he has selling passports, does it continue? We've asked that question before. We've not gotten these people can hide behind these company names. Is he going to be still the owner of that business that is selling passports? Will his business of selling passports or citizenship still continue? And will he be reaping the profits? Mr. Skerritt nor Mr. Blackmore has addressed any of those questions. They have not addressed those questions. They're hiding these questions, hoping these questions will not be asked. Will Jonathan Lira still own the rest of the shares of Wapatlet? Will Jonathan Lira still be profiting from the sales of citizenship of Dominica? These are the hard questions that we want, Mr. Blackmore. You're listening? Answer that question, please. Thank you.
All right, fine. Now, of course, this young lady is a public officer. Conflict of interest, eh? And she's the one who basically, interacts with top business business persons coming to invest in Dominica. Is that conflict of interest? Another question on the table. Hello, talk to me on the telephone, yes? Hello?
Good morning.
Morning to you, sir.
Shouldn't the estate be under restriction given the involvement in the alleged horrific crime? So how shares could be transferred?
N- 908. Hello, talk to me on the telephone, yes?
Yes, good morning, Matt.
Morning to
I
you.
have a problem with the shares transferred to the lady,
Mhm.
to the lady, because I would understand that from having shares, you have to purchase the shares. What financial reward did he receive from the lady in enabling her to benefit the shares she has benefited?
So you don't think that he can pass on the shares?
No, what I'm saying is there must be the amount of shares. It cannot be just because of their friends. It's not because they are business. But now what I'm saying is the amount of shares that she has benefited in that situation there does not mesh, because why would somebody give you a large amount of shares from your company? And apart from that, I have a little difficulty with the decision, because what happened when they pronounced the first bill for this gentleman? This lady proposed her own building, and the lawyer of this guy on this documentary said that he knows he is innocent. So if he knows he is innocent, he ought to know who committed the crime. So the laws and the system is really, it's a paradox. Something is wrong somewhere. Something is not correct. And I mean, the people from Sufria, I don't find, only few people are kind of being, vocal This man has done so much for the Sufria constituency, schools, jetties, business area. This man gets an award for his hotel. You know, this man took his own little economy and invested in this country and have brought a lot of recognition because of the type of hotel that he has constructed. So I cannot understand why the law is enabling certain people or giving certain privileges to certain people because of their financial background. I have a problem with that. I can recall, I am not too sure, Matt, if you can recall, there was a Dominican person who was murdered in either Anguilla or St. Kitts. I can't recall which of these countries it is.
Anguilla.
Yes, and this man was given bail, and he went to his country, and his lawyer pronounced that he will not be coming back. And it was the concession that he has given to the authorities that he will be back. So while he was in America, he refused. What power does Dominica has if this guy does not want to return if he obtains his bail to force him to come back to Dominica? And that transfer of shares to this lady should be null and void. That should not be accepted because the lawyer is saying that he knows that he is innocent. This man has a burn on his leg from the same.
It's not the same man. It's not the same man with the burn on his leg. I just want to correct that. It's the other guy. Okay.
Well, the guy that he brought here.
But the guy is not seeking bail. You know, he's the one seeking bail.
I know the owner of the property is the one seeking bail.
Yes. But the other guy is not seeking bail right now.
Okay, but the other thing is where you would have a suspect if you look at the documentary that the Canadians did recently. They spoke to a worker of the guy who allegedly committed the crime. And this guy said he said it was the first time he saw Mr. But the guy who came to commit the crime
the alleged crime, yes.
His relatives in America said that he had went down to fix generators while the Dominican guy works on the alleged criminal said that it was the first time he saw Mr. And the guy who his relatives in America said that he has been working while he has been working on Mr. Just arrived. So something is wrong somewhere. I don't know if the judge had the possibility to listen and look at this documentary. And I am telling you, the government of Dominica just given a special recognition to the Canadian government. And I would understand that the Canadian government is not going to look at that as a great decision. And Canada has been...
And the point you're making, there may be repercussions, okay? 9:13 is the morning time. I'm sure Canada is looking now. Somebody else, a business person, says shares can be transferred between shareholders at any time. What you need to see and know is the proxy. This could be to update the company register. Obviously, he can't do it, or he cannot do it himself, but you can do it on his behalf. And that can result in new ownership and partnership. From what I'm seeing, the shares equal some $1.2 million. Hello, talk to him on the telephone, yes?
Matt, good morning to you.
Morning to you, sir.
And good morning to all of your listeners, home and abroad. Matt, I am from Scottsdale. I only call, to register my name because somebody said they don't hear much about from the village of Scottsdale and Soufriere and Gallion. But Matt, I call to warn the people of my community, my parish, that they need to open their eyes wider. It's opening now, but I want when them to open it wider for them to understand. It could be my cousin Jeff. There lot that happened to Matt. Matt, they would try to get rid of that man out of Dominican or people that have been suffering, Matt. Matt, I heard somebody talking about this. They thought it was the next guy seeking bail. But man, I want to tell the person, the big fish chicken now, but once the big fish out, they're gonna come after the small fish.
You're a smart guy.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Mark.
We're gonna come back, Dominic, after this. Stick around.
Do It Center shoppers, we have exciting news. Your favorite home improvement destination just got a major upgrade. Get ready to experience the all-new Do It Center online store. Fresh look, same great products, and super user-friendly. Find what you're looking for in a snap. Need assistance? We've got you covered. Connect with our live chat agents for real-time assistance. But that's not all. Introducing the convenience of seamless online payments with reliable delivery service straight to your door. Shopping for quality products has never been this easy. Don't miss out. Visit store.doitcenterdominica.com and experience the new era of our online shopping. Do It Center, your partner in home improvements.
Want to stay ahead in the world of electronic communications? Then you've got to check out Ectel Bytes, a production of the Eastern Caribbean Telecommunications Authority. We dive into the hottest topics affecting the telecom sector, from the latest innovations to the policies shaping your digital future. Tune in to Ectel Bytes on the first 3 Thursdays of this month, December 5th, 12th, and 19th. In the digital world, knowledge is your greatest asset.
Can I have this? We have an extra $400 from Flow. You can have everything you want.
Mortgage with Flow. With Christmas in, when weekly prices up to 10,000. Sign up for a postpaid bundle or a private plan.
We Christmasing with free groceries from Flow. Plus, a chance to win weekly prizes and up to $10,000 cash. Head over to your nearest Flow store or visit discoverflow.co. Flow, we Christmasing.
Mortgage with Flow.
New York City and the Tri-State, est-ce qu'elles sont parées? Elles sont parées! Ils sont parées! Et Borough to Bow, in collaboration with Creole Cultural Ambassador Prince Wadix, present Winter Wonderland, the Red Edition, Saturday, December 21st from 8 p.m. 112-50 Springfield Boulevard, Queens Village, New York City. Featuring DJ Sniper, DJ Reckless, and the legendary Prince Wadix from Wadi Calling Advance tickets $50, $60 at the door. Supported by Q95 FM, the big station. La famille Koyon, tout Dominique États-Unis, New York City, pour attention. Kabene, Shallenwell, Dominique Johnson. Samedi, décembre 21. Wepawe Kozot, Fini Pompi Azot. Bon, musique et descend.
All right, Dominique is 918. Attorney at law Joshua Francis is one of the persons, give him credit, has been trying to make sense all this discussion taking place. He was the first to speak out against Mr. Blackmore and his utterances about the Georgian grant and bail. But with this issue now surfacing as it relates to the shares, and this 1,000 shares passed on sometime in October to a Miss Rhoda. He's on the telephone at 919. Joshua Francis, talk to me on the telephone this morning. How are you?
Matt, good morning to you, and good morning to Dominica.
Good morning, sir. Good morning. What do you make, Mr. Francis? What do you make of about this share certificate and shares of 1,000 shares being shifted to Rhoda in the place there?
What do I make, Matt?
I mean,
there's nothing
there's nothing unusual about that, no?
Well, there's nothing unlawful about that.
Nothing unlawful.
Yeah, it appears that the company in question had a sole shareholder and he has decided to transfer his shares to the lady in question. That is normal. The company would have taken a resolution to do so. It's an internal affair, and the company did what it had to do. So legally, there's nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm. But some people are referring to it as troubling.
What about it that is troubling? That this was done to facilitate the proposed surety to stand bail for the accused. Then the public has reasons to question that because obviously, indirectly, it is the accused property which is being put up as security.
But don't you think, Joshua, there's some conflict of interest? It looks like he's bailing himself.
Well, you have what you refer to as self-bail. We have to go back to ask ourselves, what is bail? Bail really is to give someone his or her liberty, subject to conditions, if there are any, until determination of the matter. So instead of the accused being on remand, the accused will be allowed to be at his home, subject to conditions, including showing up at court when he's supposed to. And if he is to report to the police station, wherever that is, he has to do so. If he has to surrender his travel documents, he would have had to do so. And if he wants to travel out of state, he will go back to court to ask for permission to get to travel out of Dominica. These are just examples.
Mm-hmm.
Now, of course, Matt, the issue here is the application by the accused. Well, by the DPP, sorry. The accused was successful in being granted bail, but since then he has not gotten bail because he has difficulties. Clearly, he may have difficulties in meeting the conditions of the bail. But the Director of Public Prosecution decided to make an application for revocation of the bail, and that is normal. That is regular in court. So she made this application. I have not seen her affidavit in support of the application, nor have I had sight of the affidavit in support or in opposition, by the accused, the claimant, the respondent. But normally, where there is an application by the prosecutor, as in this case, the Director of Public Prosecution, for revocation of bail, the prosecution would have to show a change of circumstances, including a breach of the bail condition. So where somebody has been granted bail, he's out there, and he breaches bail conditions, then the prosecutor can ask for revocation of bail. In this case, under discussion, the accused has not been released. He's still on remand. Why hasn't he not been released? Because clearly he has not met all the conditions. There are conditions he must satisfy before he's released on bail. And you know some of them. The public is aware of those conditions. So the court would have to take note, or would have had to take note of the application for revocation of bail. The court did that, and the judge, in his discretion, decided that he's not revoking the bail. Always remember, Matt, when it comes to bail applications, it is left to the discretion of the judge. If it's in the high court, if it's in the magistrate court, it is left to the discretion of the magistrate. So there's nothing unusual with the process as far as the law is concerned.
Are you saying that the public should not be concerned?
The public has all the reasons to be concerned. I am speaking from a legal point of view, but of course this is a matter of high public relevance, not just for the Soufriere and Scottsdale people, but for Dominica at large, because as I've said before, we have 3 different jurisdictions involved in this matter. Our own jurisdiction, then you have Canada and the US. Of course, the deceased were from Canada and the accused from the United States of America. So the US is looking at how we treat its citizens, and likewise, Canada is looking at how we deal with the matter. Both jurisdictions, the US and Canada, are looking as to how we administer justice in Dominica, and that has to be of importance. You saw some articles out in the public space some time ago, and those came from Canada, where they were being critical of our justice system. So we have to be concerned as far as administration of justice. The Canadians are concerned. The U.S. is concerned. So yes, we have to be mindful and we have to pay attention. However, we have to understand that the law is the law. In this country, we have what referred to as supremacy of the Constitution, the highest law of the land. And we have to understand that all laws that come before the court is tested by the Constitution. And one of the basic constitutional provisions in respect to criminal matters is the principle of the presumption of innocence. A man is innocent until proven guilty. And it is for the court to make that determination. The bail application involves a hearing. And if you read the decision, Matt, and I'm hoping that we get the last decision in respect to the application for revocation of the bail, you would have noted that the judge spoke about the evidence which came before him. He's not saying that he had all the evidence because, of course, the prosecution would not have released all their hands. The prosecution would not have released all the evidence which they have. They would have released some evidence. And the judge rightfully said, based on the evidence that came before him, thus far, he was not convinced that it was in disfavor of the claimant applicant. And the judge is well within his right to make certain comments. Some of us believe that the judge may have said too much, to the point where some are suggesting the judge should be recused from the matter. Again, that's opinion. That's opinion. But ultimately, I want the public to understand that the law is the law. Number one, it's not unusual for applications to be made for a murder accused to be granted bail. As we speak, there are murder accused who are in the public. But they're out there on bail. If they breach their bail conditions, the prosecution, the DPP can go back to court for revocation of those bails. That is normal. It is for the court to decide whether to grant bail, and if it is granting bail, what are the conditions? And as in this case, the DPP was well within her rights to make an application for the revocation of the bail. The judge heard the matter and came to a decision that he's not revoking the bail. We have not seen those affidavits, so we cannot comment too much on those affidavits.
I think one of the vexing issues, Joshua, is the person who is now acting as Shorty and given a position in government. And somebody's saying this is definitely a conflict of interest given the position that she holds. What's your take on this one?
Well, first of all, Matt, this is not a public matter in respect to the case itself. We are looking at two accused. They have their individual rights. They are subject to the Constitution of Dominica. Both accused have to be measured in court against our laws. And they are well within their rights. Their attorneys are within their rights to defend them. And I remind the public, a man is innocent until proven guilty. That's the law in Dominica, the presumption of innocence. And in most democracies in the world, that presumption exists. A man is innocent until proven guilty. Furthermore, the Constitution provides for a man to be cautioned when he is being arrested and being charged. That is to get an attorney. Every defendant has a right to an attorney, as in this case. And the attorney is well within his rights to defend his client zealously without fear or favor. And it is not for the accused to go to court to prove his innocence. That's not our law. It is for the prosecution to prove his case. It's for the prosecution to satisfy the court why bail ought not to have been granted. It is the prosecution who is responsible to convince the court when we get to that point, if we get to that point, why this man should be held guilty. And of course, Matt, as I have told you before, and the public is fully aware, you have the initial preliminary matter where the magistrate listens. As in this case, paper committal, you would have read the statements of the witnesses, and by reading the statements, he would then decide whether there's what referred to as a prima facie case against the accused. If he's satisfied there is a case to answer, he then commits the accused to the High Court. And it is at the High Court the jury determines the guilt or culpability of the accused.
But Joshua, I think you're missing the point that I'm trying to make here, because a lot of people are now saying, Well, I'll tell you what is going on as it relates to the shares may be legal, but the only issue here is the person involved and the position she may hold in terms of the shorty. Are you there?
Well, yes, I am, Matt. But we are fully aware there are several. That is one of many questions the public can ask concerning that case. As an officer of the court, I am not prepared to walk in that corridor to give my opinion about some of the questions in respect to that case. But it's a very reasonable concern by the public because there it is, the proportionality is a public servant. But again, the law does not forbid a public servant to put himself or herself up as a surety for anyone in Dominica. A matter of fact, at some point, I thought for a moment that police officers could not stand as sureties. I'm just giving this as an example.
Okay.
Police officers could not stand as sureties for any accused until I saw a police officer presented himself as a surety for a colleague in a matter. And then it occurred to me that maybe the practice over the years is that the police do not present themselves as sureties for anyone. But clearly, there is no law forbidding that. It's just that we have not been doing it. Likewise, there is no law forbidding a public servant to present himself or as a surety. But as I said, the public has a reasonable concern about the matter.
Here's one person's suggestion. She's a senior employee of the government who's facilitating this irregularity. What does this say about administration of justice being spoken?
Which irregularity, Matt? What is the irregularity? Matt, I think that at the end of the day, we have to go back to the law. You didn't make the law, nor did I make the law. We have a legal system, and the legal system provides principles and practices. And based on the principle and practices, the lawyers for the defendants are doing their work. Likewise, the director of public prosecution, who's representing the state, is doing her work. Ultimately, it is for the judge to make decisions concerning the matter. And thus far, he has had to deal with several applications. And based on the affidavits or the evidence which were brought to him, both for and against, he has made certain decisions. As to whether he's going to last until the end of the matter, and I keep saying if we get to that point, because the thing about law, Matt, is that your case may appear to be very strong, and you go to court well ready. As they would say, local palace, you're bad day. You go there, you're convinced that you're going to be successful. And one glitch or one technicality can throw you off, and your case just can fall and sink at the bottom of the ocean. So I am saying this to get the public to understand that whilst we have concerns, and rightfully so, and we must continue to have concerns, we must not lose sight of the law. We must not lose sight of the legal practices. We must not lose sight that the judge is the presiding officer over the matter, and he makes decisions. So as bail is concerned, it is left to his discretion. Any judge would be in a situation would have to use his or her discretion. As to whether his discretion was exercised in the interest of Dominica or it was the best, that is left to different opinions. But I'm sure the judge would have made his decision based on what came before him. And the judge is considered to be a reasonable person amongst us. A matter of fact, that is what a judge is about. A judge is about being viewed as a reasonable person, and he operates with impartiality. So you may disagree with him, but at the end of the day, if you have a problem, you have a grievance, the court system provides for an appeal. In this situation, some people have suggested that the director of public prosecution ought to have appealed the decision of the judge. Now, if you notice, she did not go to the OECS Court of Appeal. Instead, she went back to the same judge to ask him to change his mind in granting bail. Now, the reason why she did not appeal is because our law, and I'm speaking to the Bail Act, does not provide for the DPP to appeal a bail decision. But I always say you have what referred to as legal engineering and legal scholarship. And sometimes you have to think out of the box. It will be left to the DPP to decide whether she's going to hear the Eastern Caribbean Court of Appeal on the subject as to whether they are prepared to entertain her application for an appeal or not. It has never been done, but it would just be interesting to see how the Court of Appeal will deal with that. But based on the practice, she has gone back here. She said, Mr. Judge, I'm back before you. I believe that you should change your mind and revoke the bill. He would have listened to her. He listened to the accused, who obviously opposed the application of the DPP, and then he made a decision and he said, you know what, I'm not changing my mind. The man continues to have bail. However, for him to be released, he has to meet certain goals. He has to meet certain conditions. So until such time, he's on remand. So that is the bottom line, Matt.
Well, we'll see how the public plays this one out. Thank you, Joshua Francis, putting some of these issues there in perspective. Again, good morning to you, Mr. Francis. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
You're welcome, Matt.
Bye-bye. On the telephone, yes. Hello.
Yeah, Matt.
Yes, sir.
I would like to ask you a question, or I would like to say something.
Say something.
I can recall in an interview, Bob Marley answered a journalist, Canadian journalist.
Mm-hmm. Bob Marley?
And then, yes.
Okay.
And his answer to the question was, the system is illegal. I listened to, and you should understand where I'm coming from.
Okay.
Maybe that is, I cannot really
Mm-hmm.
put it into simple language. Could be an offense. So when Bob Marley said that, I had a little difficulty in understanding that. But what makes me really understand it now is the reasoning of Mr. Francis.
Mm-hmm.
His reasoning is, the morality behind that does not exist, and does not exist. There is no moral in that situation of the decision that judge of giving such an individual bail. It has been very difficult for certain people, locals, to really get their liberty based on the crime they may have committed.
Mm-hmm.
But now this gentleman, who the minister for the third constituency of Soufriere said that he was the person that they could not really deal with. He would say something today, and tomorrow he would do something different.
Mm-hmm.
So even the parrot herself spoke against this guy. And what I understood from what she said is this guy is a violent person. She did not say it that way. But this guy is a troubled person. But all I would advise this guy, if at all the bail is approved and he's given the privilege to go to America for health care, all he has to do is just pretend and get good lawyers to enable him to say he's insane. He's mentally incapable to go towards any process or in terms of the court, and let him remain with his relatives in the States. I would suggest that to him and let the judge and the system, which of course Bob Marley said is illegal, prove itself to the people. Joshua is protected towards a system where he's educated with. He's an educated person in the field, and he has to be careful in what he says and what he does not say. People can say whatever they want about Minister Blackmore, but Blackmore is I have had certain experience in Blackmore, and I can tell you that he is really a police officer. Blackmore may have his weakness just as you and I may have ours. But when the Chinese were building a road, I think it was on the west coast or the north coast of Dominica, and there was some dissatisfaction, Blackmore came on the air and spoke about it. Next day, the Prime Minister came and said something else. So Blackmore has the ability to speak out his mind when things are not going right, even though people may be saying things about him. But there is a quality he has which is good, because he came out and speak, and I'm so happy that the Prime Minister supported him. We cannot give a system which is irrational, no matter what. education you may have, what are the system may give you as privileges to take decision on behalf of the state or behalf of in the name of law and order, whatever it may be. I think there is nobody to counterattack apart from being an appeal case. You can appeal a case and still lose, then you're still not wrong. So there is a little paradox in all of these principles that govern that system. And Bob Marley said it right. It is all illegal. Thank you very much, man.
Thank you for your opinion as well. 9:40 is the morning time. Let's listen to this one.
Mark, good morning.
Morning.
Mark, we focus on the individual, on these issues of illegalities. But Mark, what is fundamentally wrong and keeps coming up all the time, Mark, is our public prosecution. We have an inept public prosecutor, bro. Inept and apparently non-independent. I know folks cannot say it down there and whatever, but it have to be said. You can go back, Matt, from the entire entrance of this woman into this position as public prosecutor, bro, is one bungle after the other, one mistake after the other, one mistake after the other. You understand? You take it back to the American guy, this other one, this new American local, one mistake after the other. We are wasting money on cases that makes no sense in Dominica because the public prosecutor cannot speak independently. We are not providing evidence to cases where there is full evidence and letting them follow because of political directives. You understand? And I don't expect George to come and say that as a minister, as an element of the court. I get that clearly. But we have to start speaking truth to power for those of us who can. The problem is not these individuals that we're focusing on. The problem is our justice system is destroyed and broken. It is compromised by having people elected in there who are not independent. They are not independent in spite of what the Constitution has given them, in spite of what the protection provided them by the institution. Over and over, their processes and actions reflect a non-independent public prosecution office. And that is the basis of the problem. The police become now non-independent. They are not, because they're not getting proper directives from the prosecutional desk. That's what we have. So in a circle of loss, judicially in the country, we need to call for the resignation of this public prosecutor. This woman is a joke, a complete joke. That's why Blackmore have to be coming and being so irrational and ready. You realize, wait. But he don't understand. It's the same. The people and the persons that they have put in there are the problem.
9:42 on the telephone. Talk to me.
Myself, I did not want to call on that issue. I was hoping you transited, then I'll deal with another issue. But just a little thought, Matt. Matt, let me give thanks to Joshua Francis. Is he the only lawyer in Dominica, Matt?
He's not.
Josh may be a billionaire because all cases, all matters go to Joshua Francis, Matt.
Nope.
Is Joshua Francis the only lawyer or attorney in Dominica, Matt?
He's not.
He's not. But guess what? Every time to come to enlighten the people on constitutional matters is Joshua Francis. Thanks for the water yesterday, Matt. About 3 cartons of water. Compliment Joshua Francis. The others who promised to come, they did not. But I love all you. Still another time, I know you might participate and even bring a whole truck of water. Matt, I am saying the law is not based on morality. When you have sex with a minor, what is it? Carnal knowledge. It's not an immoral knowledge or an immoral act. So Josh is walking a tightrope, and I understand his level of limitations and restrictions and discretion as well to not say certain things that might prejudice the matter or have him appearing to be an enemy as an officer of the court. So I want to commend the brother highly, the way he is really moving around, maneuvering, the same word again, Matt, around these issues that can be quite sensitive and not wanting to prejudice the matter or have him looking like an enemy as an officer of the court. So, Josh, glory be to you. Thank you, Matt. Every time you need Josh, it seems like he's ready and willing to come and enlighten the people, and I really appreciate him for that. Blessings, bro.
Blessings to you too. I'm hoping that the other lawyers, they speak to me sort of, some of them silently, but I'm hoping to hear more voices out there. And if you're, of course, a lawyer and you want to speak, feel free to do so. Hello, talk to me. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning to you, madam. How do you do?
My brother, how you doing?
Not bad. Interesting. Not, with one thing, I mean, you've sought the legal expertise on the matter, and you've heard Josh, and really he's within his rights as officer of the court. He actually outlined how administrative procedures, take place with respect to bill application, whether it is denied, or upheld or denied. And so, we understand the processes, and he has explained that well. I think, what is concerning the public, in my view, is that, the sphere of influence around the accused, because it's true that the government, we heard the Minister for National Security, he talk about, he's not happy and the Prime Minister supported it, but can we deny that there's not a political hand playing, and the public has a right to actually, to question that. So really, all of what is being said administratively, what's going on, yes, all that we know how the court operates, but the public's concern is really about the sphere of influence around the accused, and whether or not that even government, notwithstanding their public outcry against bail for the gentleman, whether or not that their own political hands are playing to secure bail for the guy. So it's a public, a public view is a public perception, and then behind the scenes, probably, what is going on. So I think we must measure this thing, but it is also interesting that you could allow, a man's, in a matter of a criminal matter, that a man's own resources can bail him. Sometimes, really, even if nothing is wrong with that legally, but sometimes we have to really, look at the ethical part of it, and I don't know if at all our constitution is in crisis or our laws are in crisis, and that we really need to revisit some of the gray areas, because really and truly, it's hurting. It's heart-wrenching. This maybe is not a public matter, but true, but concerns the public, given the person who died, given the person who died, who has been a person who has actually been assisting the public deeply, and the public is aggrieved by that in terms of the community of Soufriere and environment. So, yes, while it is not a public matter, but the public has a concern with respect to how we move forward with the matter. So it's not necessarily about what is right administratively or legally, but it's what the sphere of influence around that gentleman. Why is it that, yes, on the one hand, somebody said we shouldn't give him bail, but the question the public will always have in their mind is the political hand still at measure, at reach to ensure that he gets bail. So that's my only take on it. Have a good morning.
All right. Good morning to you, So. Good morning to you. Plain Royal Coffee. I'm going to try to get the clip there where the Prime Minister actually supported Mr. Blackmore on the fact that the judge gave the murder accused bail in recent times. Some people think it's a show, but we want to hear what he said at the news conference last week. As it relates to the bills, we'll try to deal with that sometime later at the Talk on the Block hour. Hello, talk to me. Sorry, hello, talk to me, yes?
Yes, Matt. Good morning, and how are you today, Matt?
My brother, how you doing?
Well, Matt, let me tell you something. As a layman outside, I am concerned about the justice as far as the victims view. The people were murdered in a gruesome and heinous crime, and you are telling me that this fella is able to get bail? That the law should be this type of crime, no bail. So the judge would have no discretion to give bail or not to give bail. They should have a law for willful, gruesome murder, no bail, period.
All right, no bail. Well, you're not the judge. Questions continue to be raised over the decision to grant bail to the double murder accused Jonathan Herrera, and in a major twist of events, he has transferred shares of his company to Rhoda Joseph to secure bail. Of course, this is what we've been discussing all morning long. It's 9:49 in the morning. Stick around. Hello, talk to me, yes? Hello?
Hello, good morning, Matt.
Morning, morning.
A question I wanted to ask. Matt, I remember some time ago when that young fella they had accused the young fella from Marigot side of killing the Chinese fella. I remember Lennox tried to bail him and he could not do that. I would like you to ask the lawyers to differentiate for me, please, his Lennox's position where he could not have done it, and the lady who is bailing Mr. Lera, her position as a government employee, and she can do it. If you understand what I'm trying to say.
I understand perfectly. Yep.
Thank you very much, Matt.
Thank you. All right. Bye bye. On the telephone, hello. Talk to me. I guess some people are carrying more weight based on who the accuser is or the defendant is, huh? Has to do a lot with our justice system. 9:50 is the morning time. Talk to me, yes? Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Yes, I'm here.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning to you, Marlene. Morning.
007, one see Joshua Francis, I'll break my spell. Joshua Francis is a good man, a very honest man. So there are so many lawyers in Dominica. They are mumu, they are afraid to talk. But Joshua Francis speaking the truth and he protecting his work, which he's a lawyer, and his grandmother protecting him and God.
That's it, Marlon? Okay. 9:51. Somebody says, good morning, Matt. Are you really serious and believe anything Skerritt says? Or are you just playing devil's advocate as a caller mentioned? Why would anyone think that Skerritt would not support what Blackmore said, especially when Blackmore, had already publicly said that the cabinet supported everything he's saying? Without a doubt, I believe they're only doing this to fool the people of Suffolk constituency. That's all they're doing, nothing else. If they didn't want Jonathan to get bail, the director of public prosecution and the police would have done a good enough job to present sufficient evidence to satisfy the judge. Again, it's a different tweet. On the telephone, I know the early arguments were, they would do anything to get the guy bail. Now the Mr. Security Minister and the Prime Minister is supporting it, that they don't want the man to get bail. Somebody else is saying something else. Who do you please? Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Good afternoon. Yes.
You are not a policeman, you're not a member of this law. But what is over is that if to say you are not you didn't born in Dominica, you're from overseas, even though you take citizenship in the land. In this instance that is happening there, I was wondering if they did not contact American Fire, if this man is not a serious person, or if he has not been in any problem within that.
Well, based on the what I've been reading, he seemed to be a clean guy on the other side. From what I gather, his father said he was, a businessman of repute. So they've been doing some investigations, or people have been speaking on his behalf on the other side.
Okay.
Doesn't mean anything else. 449309596. It doesn't mean that he may not have committed or been involved in breaking the law, but we have to get the evidence to show, huh? We don't have the evidence. Let's see if we can take another call. Hello? Yeah?
Your discussion this morning is interesting, and the problem in the country is the entire justice system is broken. I heard the piece on the prosecutor, the DPP, and she should have not been there. Man, that's not the real problem. The problem goes to the top. The person who selected her as the prosecutor has a problem with the justice system, the law. No one is independent. Everyone is accountable to one person. The same person who put them in there is corrupt. They all corrupt. So the entire justice system has nowhere to go. No one can speak against or for none of this stuff is all corrupt, the entire situation. So really the discussion is nice, but you just have to look at it for what it is, Matt. Thank you.
Somebody says there's nothing wrong with the transfer of shares to her because she seemed to be the chief architect of posting bail for the accused. Somebody says, let the politicians and the judges go ahead and do what they want or do what they think is best in this case, the corrupt case. We'll just have to face the ramifications as usual as a country with however the Canadians and the US treat us afterwards. Hopefully, it will be some strong ramifications to end the CBI under this regime and bring back under a new government with thoughtful revisions. Because with that case alone, they're turning off the investors. I'm sure you will agree that given what's going on, other investors are watching very, very carefully. Hello, talk to me, yes?
Mr. Bell, good morning.
Morning to you, sir.
First of all, where Blackmore is concerned, before the bill, Blackmore had nothing to say about as in whether there should be bail or not. But when the bill came up, he come to do damage control because, first of all, giving this man bail after this heinous crime against other foreign investor and citizen, that could mess up our tourism industry. It could mess up investors getting investment. It can mess up diplomatic relations. And in that case, they come in and try to do damage control, but it's not like they don't want the man to get the bill, but they want it to seem like the government was against it. So then they will say the court is independent, so they cannot actually change the decision of the court.
So in other words, you're not believing Mr. Blackmore, the Prime Minister, who recently supported Blackmore on this one, no? Are you there?
These guys playing games. They're playing games, and not all they're trying to play the games with. They're playing games with people out there that are watching. And that's what they're doing, to try to do damage control. But on the other hand, when Joshua Francis spoke to you, I was listening to something there, and I felt like in my analysis or conclusion that justice system is shit. Because based on Joshua Francis, technicality is stronger than truth and justice in the justice system. Because justice or truth does not turn over technicality, but technicality can turn over justice or truth. So it makes me wonder, what the hell? So you could have all the truth on the table, and you could show where justice should be taken, and somebody calls technicality. Hey, that is thrown off the door. Technicality ran. Technicality can be a lie, you know. Imagine that. My brother Lisa.
All right, caller. Thank you very much. Interesting twist there, huh? 9:58. Hello, talk to me. Some people want to believe Mr. Blackmore, the Prime Minister. Others won't. It's just the system. Hello, talk to me on the telephone, yeah?
Yeah, morning to you and your listeners.
How are you, boss? How are you?
I'm good. I would say Vic Rivera, the late Vic Rivera would say fundamentally okay.
Yeah, fundamentally okay, good.
Okay, yeah. But let me tell you, I've listened to the discussion, and I mean, the courts have its role to play. The DPP have to guide our justice system to ensure that justice prevails. The court has to listen to evidence and make a decision. That's why the judges must be above everything and fair in what they do and listen to the arguments. And show me the point that you can go in court well prepared and, as you said, or in the local parlance, well body for your case. And when you go there, you lose on certain technicalities and so on. There's many examples to really qualify that. My concern, though, Matt, I'm very disturbed with that, is the fact that somebody put herself forward to stand bail, and then the person who's standing bail has to transfer from his property shares to you to stand in bail. I mean, if you who do not have the capacity to stand bail, why you get involved in that when to stand bail? And those suspicion.
You're saying, boss, so from what I gather, there's some conflict of interest there?
Yes, because to me it tells me the person must even come back. Because I mean, as far as I'm concerned, if that part of the property is taken away because the person hasn't shown up, there is no big deal. No big deal. I mean, if you come in and stand bail and your property will be taken, you may be a little more cautious, more careful to ensure that the person is available to come back to court and all the things. But if the person, in other words, is like giving you money to bail me, so why don't come back? It's no big deal. To me, I just find to me first in my head that I don't know if there is a precedent of that thing anywhere else. But to me, I think that is just a lab woman, just a mess. Because I find if you cannot stand bail, in other words, if you can't stand bail, why get yourself involved in standing bail? Why? Your house, your bank account doesn't allow you. Now, to me, it just looks like corruption, Matt. The justice system being corrupt because I have not to transfer from my business shares for you now to become your property now to stand me bail. I really find to me something is not wrong. I may be wrong, but I just think it's not right. It's not right. Thank you, man.
I get your point too. It's 10:01. Brother Dai says it in a very nice way. The word justice means it's just us, not justice. It's just us. It's only for Dominicans. So it's just for us. Brother Dice, good morning to you. On the telephone, 10:01. Yes?
Yeah, Matt, I call again on the next issue. Matt,
what is it?
Remember something it's the same issue about another line.
Mm-hmm.
Matt, you made something about when Mr. Blackmore made the statement. I called your show and I said to you, Matt, if Mr. Blackmore is serious, he and Mr. Kerry, they're in trouble, they're in problem. You remember that, Matt?
Mm-hmm.
You forget?
Yeah.
But I'm hearing the Prime Minister supported him. That's true.
Yes, last week he said he supported Mr. Blackmore's statement.
Well, Matt, we have some wise Dominicans looking for Dominica. Well, Matt, if that is the case, why Mr. Blackmore, when the Dominicans were asking for people to stand just to support, to reject what was going on in Parliament, if he's honest, why he couldn't tell Dominicans, yes, you can do that, but do it in the ambit of the law. Make sure you do what you're doing according to the law. He told the people not to go there. Map, Dominica is in a lot of problems, you know. People rise up and stop this madness because our country is going down day by day by day. Map, thank you for taking my call.
Let's take a break, Dominica. We're here. Let's take a break.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, oh, KFC. Ooh, oh, KFC. Looking for some place to go. Great variety meals for soul. KFC. Grab your family and your friends. Join in the experience. KFC. It's the place to be. KFC. Made for you and me. KFC. KFC. It's finger licking good.
Unwrap the magic of Christmas in your home with Beep. Purchase any Beep dishwashing liquid for your chance to win 1,000 EC dollar shopping spree to do it center. It's easy to enter. Just write your name and contact number on the back of your receipt and drop it in entry boxes provided, or WhatsApp a photo of your receipt and contact number to 616-8810. Make sure to get your entries in by January 3rd, 2025. Give your home that magical Christmas feeling with Beep for a happy, healthy home. Distributed by Fine Foods, Inc.
Hardware and home improvement, building supplies for you, kitchen appliances, even home decor too. Lumber, lawn, all your garden supplies, plumbing, welding, electrical supplies. Visit Do It Center at the former J. Nassif Hardware location on Goodwill Road. Call us at 255-6890. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it Center.
What you're looking for is at that price. What you're looking for is at you
Best price, where everything is nice and oh, you will love the price. Convenient and easy, make shopping breezy.
The luxury of everything in one supermarket located on the riverbank with parking. Best Price open daily all week with home store, decor for every room, pharmacy for all prescriptions and over-the-counter medications, supermarket for all your grocery items, fresh produce and frozen.
What you're looking for is all at Best Price.
What you're looking for is at Value Price.
Attention homeowners, contractors, tradesmen, and all. Here's great news from E-Star Trading Limited. Just received a wide range of German premium quality power tools, vacuum cleaners, cement mixers, power wash machines, and more. And grass cutters at only $595. Visit our showroom upstairs of the supermarket on the bayfront for world-class Ronix power tools, swipers, power car wash, spray guns, and many more items, all at 220 volts to 50 hertz, and all at affordable prices. Eastern Trading Limited, making a difference for you.
Okay, Max, if I'm going to steal Christmas this year, I'll need a smart TV to keep an eye on the who's, a smartphone to call for backup, cash, and a stove to bake this ham. Seriously, I can get all of this for free if I sign up for Flow.
With Christmasing with thousands of gifts, even the Grinch would love. Sign up for a postpaid mobile bundle or high-speed broadband and win big every week. Visit discoverflow.co now.
Introducing the new Caribbean paint from Do It Center. Duron paint and wall covering from Do It Best quality paint, giving you the same great interior and exterior quality, the same color matching technology at an incredible price. Available in flat, satin, and semi-gloss. Visit us on Goodwill Road or call our paint department at 255-6896. Do It Center, your partner in home improvement.
Fresh Market Pharmacy.
All right, Dominica, let's get back to the time on Friday at the news conference where the Prime Minister of Dominica actually supported Mr. Blackmore, who in a recent statement said he was totally against bail for the murder accused Jonathan Herrera. Here's the Prime Minister's take on this.
Highlighting the position. The minister was basically highlighting the position of the prosecutors. The state prosecutors opposed bail before the High Court. And I really don't see, all fairness to Mr. Blackmore, I really don't see why there was a need for the Bar Association or this regional grouping to issue a state. I mean, anybody in the society has the right to express any view or concern regards to the operations of any court. But as always, you have to do so respectfully and within reason. But I didn't see what is the big hoopla. Now, here it is, that the people in the society who were saying that the government was in collusion with the accused and that the government is going to interfere in the court proceedings to allow these accused murderers to get out. I didn't hear anybody say that the government could not interfere in the court business. I didn't hear anybody, I didn't hear the Bar Association say that this couldn't happen. This cannot happen. But the minister expressing a particular view saying that he is opposed and the government is opposed because the government is represented, the executive, the state is represented by the director of prosecution and a special prosecutor who was brought in to prosecute that case on behalf of the state. So it wasn't a situation where Mr. Black was expressing a view divergent to what the prosecutors were saying. And if this is a matter that has occupied the minds of the general public, and the public has a particular interest in this because of the extenuating circumstances of this case, because of all of the negative PR that we receive externally and locally from this matter, I don't see why we should be raising alarm by the contents of Mr. Blackmore's statement. And I have read the statement, and I don't think that it's there. My only, if I were to say something, my only thing is that I don't think the minister should be responding to different groups who say something. That's the only departure. Make a statement, and if you finish that, I will not respond to the Bar Association. I will not respond to this regional group, anybody else. A statement was made, and that's it. So that's all my only departure there. But I don't. This substantive statement, I didn't see anything of that. I don't think Mr. Blackmore impute any motive or he was disrespectful to anyone. He was very respectful in the statement, and so forth. I just don't agree back and forth. But what I think he's within his right as a minister who is charged with ensuring that the security of the state is maintained. You understand? Because if this man gets bail and he escapes, and he goes to America, what are you gonna say? What are you gonna say?
That was the Prime Minister's position there on Friday. If this man gets bail, this is a very important question, and he escapes, what are you going to say? Don't you think that's a very fair question? What are you going to say? Standing with his security minister, Mr. Blackmore. Say one, say two. What are you going to say if this guy gets bail and he escapes? On the telephone, 1012. Hello, talk to me on the telephone, yes? Are you there, caller?
Matt,
yes.
This is a game of chess, and people are stepping on other people's toes. The person who is going to take the fallout for all of this is Minister Dennis from the representative for Soufriere.
Okay.
That crime occurred in Soufriere, right? In the heights of Soufriere. And she's the parliamentary representative of Soufriere. So she doesn't want to hurt her votes out there. But at the same time, she doesn't want to hurt her votes in Soufriere, Point Michel Scott said. She has an employee who is standing bail for the accused. Her employee in the Ministry of Finance, who is also playing...
Ministry of Trade and Tourism.
Ministry of Tourism, my apologies. Ministry of Tourism. Her own employee is jeopardizing her chances, is playing with her vote. I mean, why haven't you interviewed Madame Dennis? I mean, something is just not right. I cannot understand what's going on. And the brother prime minister that I know, he's telling Lara Jonathan, partner, you're not going to take me down, with you. You're not going to take me down with you. And Minister Blackmore is there as a backup. So nobody wants to hurt anyone. At the same time, the movie is being played out in the Ministry of Tourism. Right there, the lawyers are playing that game of chess very well. I applaud Mr. Lennox Lawrence. You know, I applaud the guy. The guy is a bright individual. Have a nice day, my partner.
Have a nice day, Mr. Peter Carr. Around 10:14 is the morning time. We just heard the Prime Minister supporting Mr. Blackmon, this one, asking the question at the very end there. If the guy escapes, what are you going to say? Hello, talk to me on the telephone, yes?
Matt, I'll have to ask my friend Peter if he thinks that that was the script writer, because he's the one that should get an award, as I said before, not Roosevelt Skerritt. He should get the award, the writer of the script. So Peter maybe believes that that is the writer of the script. We should look at him for the award. But Matt, early in the game, Mr. Roosevelt Skerritt, though Mr. Lehrer is a CBI agent, and we, the public, all know for you to become a CBI agent, Roosevelt Skerritt must know you. Roosevelt Skerritt said, and Matt, I wish you could get that tape, that he's never had coffee with Mr. Lehrer. He totally distanced himself from Mr. Lehrer, even if it's one of his CBI agents. And then he went on to the victim and said, oh, he gave the victim plants. The victim came to his house. The victims advised him on how to take care of his pool in a more, economic way and a more friendly way. Early in the game, Matt, this script was, this story, this concert, I refer to it as a concert, started. Now you have Mr. Blackmore against the bail, and now you have, all of a sudden Mr. Skerritt is backing up Mr. Blackmore. And hear what he tells you. If this guy escapes, now what you going to say? So months down the road, years down the road, Mr. Skerritt will say, well, I told you, you were not going to be happy with the bail. We were against it. We were against it. Our legal team was trying to stop it. You see the concept, Matt? It's it's going around. It's already made one circle. This is a concert. Don't be fooled by it. Enough said.
4493095. Some people believe it is. Some people believe no. And 1016. I guess it depends on what side of the fence you're standing. Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Yes.
Yes, good morning.
Morning to you. Morning.
Yeah, Matt, I've been listening to the show.
What's that? I didn't hear what you said.
Pardon me?
I didn't hear what you said.
Okay, I've been listening to Joshua this morning,
Okay.
and he's a lawyer.
Okay.
Lawyers are always for lawyers. Teachers are for teachers, no matter what wrong they do. Doctors are for doctors. Nurses are for nurses. And that is how I analyze that thing. And I listen to him. But when you go and bail this man, he is not well, he says, according to whoever looked about him, if he's a doctor or whoever said that he is not well, he needs to go overseas. Suppose when he goes overseas and then they say, well, you'll not be able to travel now again, what happens to that case? Can somebody tell us? Come on, be fair. The law is the law. Constitution is constitution. Please learn to respect the Constitution. That is how it is. That is how the law is. If it's good for one, it's good for the other. Thank you.
All right, let's go back. I think somebody's been asking us to go back to the very statement, the very, very first statement that the Prime Minister made on the issue of the double murder. I remember I was at that news conference there. I think it was the 19th of December, was it? 19th of December. Let's go back there.
I was out of the country when it happened. I may have been, I believe, at COP28. And I believe, Saudi Arabia. And I immediately made contact with the Minister of National Security. And I indicated to him that we should get the chief of police to lead the investigation, which is an extraordinary matter. And the chief of police has assigned, in his estimation, the best investigator the country has at the disposal of the police at this time to investigate the matter. I also, while out, convened a meeting with the Minister of National Security, the Permanent Secretary of National Security, the Permanent Secretary of Foreign Affairs, and the Chief of Police, who I instructed to make immediate and direct contact with the Canadian High Commissioner and to seek the assistance of the Royal Canadian Mountain Police to help investigate the matter. And we have been in touch, the police rather have been in touch with the liaison, as a matter of fact, the liaison officer who is based in Barbados came to Dominica to help assist with the investigation. I can also say to you that they are also seeking advice and support from the RCMP based in Canada to help investigate the matter. In less than 12 hours of this crime taking place, the police brought in 3 people into custody. And some hours later, a 4th person was taken into custody. And in less than 72 hours, charges were proffered on 2 individuals and brought before the magistrate court and are in remand at the state prison. So these are some actions that we've taken. But let me also, because you asked me a question, let me address some of the falsehoods that people are peddling in the public domain. I've known Mr. Langwell since 2004. As a matter of fact, I worked with him on the Humane Society that he led, treating with stray dogs and animals in Dominica. And his office was based somewhere around the Granby bus stop. I visited him several times. And I visited his construction site when he had the first building. If Yvonne asked if he was the minister for tourism, so you can understand how long that was going on. And since then, he and I have a very close connection. As a matter of fact, we exchanged many plants. And the last plant he gave me about 4 months ago was a Bismarck palm, which I will plant at my residence, my property in Vegas soon. After the hurricane, we worked very well, very closely together, because they require certain approvals and considerations from the Prime Minister to mobilize the resources that they could get in there. And of course, we gave him a national award this year in recognition and appreciation of his investments in Dominica. And so, and this is where we are. A few days after, I made contact with Ina Alexander, who I know is associated with the property, and who also gave me contact to a lady who is in charge of managing the property. And I suggested I would like to come, but they indicated that they'd like to meet with me before I visit so that they could share with me certain things. And this is where we are. What I would say, what I've said to people who are genuinely emotional about the death of Mr. Langwell and his partner is to disabuse their minds about government could have prevented this. This is foolishness. You know, it reminds me of the death of Lazarus. And Jesus was called and he came 4 days later. And his sister said, you know, had you been there, my brother wouldn't have died. You know, and for anybody to say that would be justifying the heinous murder of these two people. I think our focus as a country should be on ensuring that the state apparatus is moved to ensure a successful prosecution of those responsible for these murders. And some of the people who I hear and I see trying to have meetings this afternoon and tomorrow, these are the same people who used to confront me back in the days, in the early 2000s, who accused me of giving Mr. Langmore their properties in the mountains, accused me of building roads for Mr. Langmore, etc. Same people. I understand there are people who are genuinely concerned, and so what we'll be doing with the people there is to ensure that the hotel can continue to be operated, and I've given them the assurance that the government will do everything within the law to facilitate whatever request they have to ensure that the jobs can be sustained and maintained, and the hotel can continue to function in lasting memory of Mr. Langwell and his partner. I try not to speak about those things because that's not my style. But if in this country we have to make everything political, and then we provide the Canadian press with all kinds of falsehoods And that's saying that Mr. Jonathan is a government insider. I only met Jonathan twice at my office in very early days when he came to Dominant. I've never been to his property. I've never had coffee with him, and people know I love coffee. I have coffee with you. Yeah, tell me. I have no association with you. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, never. I can tell you I had a very close relationship with Mr. Lang on a number of fronts. As a matter of fact, he was in fact advising me on the solar system to employ at my house and building in London, and visit my property about 4 times to advise me. And even on my swimming pool, he's saying to me, move away from chlorine and salt and go the route of copper because it is low maintenance, low cost, and so forth. So all of the things that he gave me all of the details of where I could procure the copper stuff and the supplies and the pump and all these things. Give me all of his contacts. He's been to my farm. I give him plants, fruit trees that he has planted on his property. So for people to want to besmirch the government and the country, and that's not fair. You see what I'm saying? That's not fair. And if a place is a crime scene, the prime minister has to be careful to hit or go crime scene and so forth. But I made contact with the days of the stuff to engage. But what I do behind the scenes to ensure that the issues and the issue of the road, the government has held and continues to hold that the road in question is a public road. But this is a democracy. People keep forgetting that Dominica is a democracy. We have independence of the judicial system. Anybody can go to the courts and move the courts to get the courts to adjudicate on the matter. This is what happens in democracies. So something being in the courts is not a government responsibility. Every citizen has to go, whether you have a case or you don't have a case. This is why now we have to now employ at the cost of the treasury a third judge in Dominica. So there's so many matters that are going to court in Dominica. We have to employ a third judge in Dominica to move the cases that are sitting in the high courts. You understand? So, and I could speak to many other things, but that's unnecessary. I've said to some of the folks who I've spoken to who are associated with it, our focus should be, one, ensuring that everything is done to prosecute these people successfully, whoever it is. Two, to ensure that the hotel can continue to run. And three, that we find ways of honoring the legacy and the contribution of Mr. Langworth to Dominica over so many decades. These are the focus questions and responses and so on.
And of course, with this documentary out of Canada, Ms. Dennis Charles shared this.
Many families from the constituency who use that road to walk, exercise, had a lot of difficulties because they have a lot of dogs. They would come out and scare people. So we had a lot of challenges.
Denise Charles was a friend of the couple who was killed. She's also Dominica's Minister of Tourism. She represents the constituency where Daniel Langlois and Jonathan Lear's properties are located. She brought them all together to mediate the dispute, twice, to no avail.
We agreed at the meeting that we were going to engage the Ministry of Public Works to help us, to do a survey of the area and to see where we could have an alternative road to Daniel's property. Jonathan went ahead and just decided he was cutting another road. There were opportunities to resolve the matter amicably, but Jonathan was not interested in that. He wanted to do his own thing. Daniel's stance was always avoid confusion. Let's be peaceful. Let's avoid noise. He did not aggravate the situation. He did not seek any problems. I feel that Jonathan was more the aggressor because he constantly would say one thing and do another. Daniel, on the other hand, was a man of his word.
It's true. But Jonathan Lear's lawyer is also here. He just met his client, and his message to us is simple.
I know he's innocent, and that's a clear case. They're alleging that at a particular time, the both victims, or alleged victims, were killed. That's what they say. Yeah. They're indicating what time they think it occurred. They're also disclosing to us documents and statement that says that the first time our client was seen at the area was 5 hours later.
So in other words, the prosecution so far cannot say where Mr. Lever was at the time.
And they're required to say, not us.
No, I get it.
They're required to say where he was.
10:30, the morning time, as we continue to unveil this scandal that's gripping the country with this double murder, of course, the possibility of bail. And of course, Mr. Prime Minister spoke as it relates to for the first time, sometime somewhere in December last year. Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Let's take a phone call and continue, yes?
You see, Matt, Mr. Skerritt is dictating that we focus where it is favorable for him. But he's not going to focus at all on the fact that Jonathan Lehrer is a CBI agent. He doesn't want to focus there. He doesn't want to tell us whether or not he has canceled Mr. Lehrer as a CBI agent. There's been no word on that. Have you heard any word on that, Matt?
I haven't, no.
Right. So he doesn't want us to focus there. We have to focus where he wants. No, Mr. Skerritt. We will focus where we feel we need to. Is Jonathan Lehrer still a CBI agent? And is he still profiting from the sale of the citizenship, the sale of our citizenship of the citizens of Dominica? Why don't you focus there and let us in on your secret? I have another issue with Mr. Blackmore. If Mr. Blackmore was so sincere, when he was asked the question in Parliament as to how much money was spent on lawyers prosecuting the opposition, he refused to answer the question. If he was sincere, he would answer the question. He would. So it shows a lack of sincerity. Mr. Blackmore is a player in the concert, and his script is written. Enough said.
All right, 449-3095-96 and 97. A lot of questions at this time. Coming forward, 449-3095. Yes, he doesn't want us to focus on the road. So I can, the government holds that this is a public road. And why didn't the government sit back and do nothing with this public road issue? So I can just block a road in Rose, and then people have to take me to court for them to pass? Nah, Skerritt, please explain to me what went on there. Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Somebody's asking there. On the telephone, yes. Yes, you're back.
Matt, I beg you. You know I don't do that, but I am from Scotland, Matt. And Matt, that issue is my issue. It's everybody's issue, but Matt, it's mine for sure. Matt, in the past, you have asked me why don't I believe my prime minister. You may ask me this question already?
Mm-hmm.
Matt, should I believe what he said that a while ago? That is first time I'm hearing him, Matt.
No, that was said sometime last year. That was it. Last year.
Well, that's the first time I'm hearing this, Matt. Matt, let me tell you why I don't believe him at all. What I believe, my opinion, my belief is that he's protecting his name, he's protecting himself for future, what happens in the future, Matt. That is my belief. Whatever happens to that case in the future. Because, Matt, you have to play that clip for me, This is the same prime minister, a fellow villager of mine, parish of mine, crying. The PM not doing nothing. For months, Matt. Matt, when it happens fresh, every prime minister, every leader will come and they will condemn it instantaneously, immediately, Matt. But didn't you say anything when it happens fresh? Matt, should I believe the prime minister? Should I believe the minister of security? Should I believe our pirate? Matt, you need to get to our incoming pirate, Jeff Bello. and talk to him about that thing, because that thing hurting now. That thing is just a no. Mr. Skelly is playing poker, Scott with playing Gala people. He playing horse cut, he playing hide and seek, he trying to fool him. Mr. Skelly, I from Scott said I do not hate you, but you did not say anything when it happened fresh. We are never going to believe you now. Thank you, Mark.
All right. I didn't know Jeff was the incoming power rep. Good news. 1034. Hello, talk to me. I'll have to ask Jeff about that. Hello, yes? Oh, boy.
Morning, Mark. How you doing?
Morning, my brother. How you doing?
Mark, every time I hear a minister talk, I'm seeing it is clear that they are responsible for the death of the man in the fact that there were so many complaints by people who were traveling through that place and their fundamental rights were being challenged, not only challenged in something that they were violated. Now, how can Mr. Blackmore complain about the bail when if he had sent police to arrest the man for violating people's fundamental rights of access to their home? That is what the Constitution tells us. Nobody can prevent us from going to our property. He never arrested the man. Now there's an incident. He complaining. He's responsible, and the police chief. Okay, now in the issue of the Prime Minister's complaints and support of Blackmore. Well, I've said it. I mean, they need to face, we're dealing with the wrong issues in the matter. Why, when people call the police take days to come? Sometimes hours. There is a problem with the security force. And this is one of the things we have to address. I must congratulate the lawyer this morning
Joshua
for explaining to the people, this is how justice is supposed to work. But there's so many problems with that case starting from the beginning, where the man had to go to court to access his property and those kind of things. And the police did nothing. Even the Minister of Tourism said the man, not fit. So she had to take a position and tell the police, if the man don't do that, enforce the law, arrest the man, he cannot prevent people from going to their property. But no, if we go in and walk wrong rules on Wednesday, they want to block us. Block us illegally. Because there's no rights that the police have to block rules on a Wednesday. To do that, they have to either give the people reasons and pass an SRNO to protect the people, and not to obstruct the people's fundamental rights. But let us deal with the matter, okay? The fundamental matter is too much back and forth and here and there. We have to address the fundamental reasons why these people were killed. The bail issue, we have to look at it. Because part and parcel of the harassment of people and violating their fundamental rights should be part and parcel of the reason why you're denying him bail. Okay, he prevented people from going and whatnot. Okay, but if they give him bail, that is the magistrate's opinion, and we have to respect that. But the main issue confronting Dominicans is our security force. Okay, when we call there's an accident, we need to have a rapid response to our concerns. And had that been done by both the Ministry of National Security and the PAL rep for the area and the Prime Minister, we wouldn't be in that jubum right now, having to see how we can show that we having a fair trial for somebody who allegedly killed somebody. Okay? We have to get our Minister of National Security to take responsibility and to ensure that he comes up with a police force that will give you a rapid deployment. When you call there's a break and entry, when you call there's an accident or a threat, they come right away. But instead of that, you hear them on the radio making excuses and trying like they are the defenders of the people right now. Matt, I rest my case.
All right, my brother. Thank you very much. Hello on the telephone. Are you there? Yes?
Mr. Peltier, let me give thanks to Michael Astaphan. The only thing he said that
a little bit hesitant to observe is our security, or we call them our security police force, whatever. They're not security. I mean, just check Mehul, Troxy, and everything that happened to Thompson Fountain, Edison, James, Lennox, Linton, and them. Just check. They're not no security. Matt, it's very interesting. Did you listen to Skerritt say, when the talk was in the public, whether from the opposition or the media, having to do with certain things, and the DPP said nothing? Did you hear that, Matt?
Mm-hmm.
He said the DPP said nothing, but now the DPP is talking because Blackmore talk. So why Skerritt is talking, what, Matt, almost 2 weeks after the regional bar association put a kick on Blackmore on him, Matt?
Because I think it was the first time he was asked that question. That's what I can say.
But Matt, based on the importance and relevance of the situation for the man you know who is chief, how to say it, he's everything. The cook, chief and bottle washer, what Skerritt is everything. And he said nothing pertaining to that specific situation. Now he's asked. And he is saying something very interesting. Matt, we're going to blame the Bar Association locally and regionally if the man escapes. Because he's asking who we are going to blame. Not he, not Blackmore, not the Dominican Liberal Party. But you have to listen to Skerritt. Sorry, for Matt's sake. Not to public, too bad for you. Matt, you have to listen to that man when the man speaks, you know. If the man escapes, who we are going to blame. So guess what? He's preempting the reaction and accusation of the public by saying who we are going to blame. Matt Skerritt think he can...
Because of course, based on what he said, he's saying, well, Mr. Blackmore is standing right now. Don't give the man bail. But if the guy escapes, who are you going to blame?
No, but what I'm saying, Matt, how genuine, you listen to Michael, they're telling you about all the different parts that were played in the inactivity from Dennis Blackmore and Skerritt, having the brother being harassed, having the brother being blocked and he cannot enter, the brother complain and he take the matter to court. They are the cause of his death. So now for you to come and saying about bail, you're not supporting bail, but you're supporting the independence of the court, not that is speaking on the both sides of your mouth and whistling down the middle simultaneously. It have man that stay in jail, up to now in jail, no bail, for accusations of murder. Up to now, look at here, they just let go after 10 or something years, Matt. Accuse him of killing a woman and never get bail. Okay? So I am saying, Matt, in conclusion, it is very interesting to listen to Skerritt. I've listened to Blackmore already. I know, Matt, where there is a consistent sequence of events, coincidence is absent. For in the laws of coincidence, there is no consistency. Matt, and they are consistent, and it is no coincidence that things are playing out or unfolding the way they are happening, because Skerritt figure out I cannot stay there and not say nothing, and Clem said it. That's a passport wheeler and dealer. What is his status presently as he's being accused of some gruesome double murder? Why he's not dealing with that issue? Coming and talk about the Bar Association. Well, we'll blame the regional and local Bar Association if he escapes. Thank you.
It's 10:43 in the morning. 10:43. Let's take a phone call. 10:44 is the morning time. Hello, yes?
Professor, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning to you. Long time. Season great.
Very, very long time. I always listen to you, know. I listen to you all the time.
Thank you.
And people who think that Lera, if he's allowed to go to America, will come back here for trial. Is that what you think? You are living in Cloud Cuckoo land. But I respect the judge's decision. That does not mean I necessarily agree with him. I believe the judge has made a colossal error of judgment in that case. Because if he allows Lera to go, no way he'll come back here. I'll give you the reasons why. But you've quoted this morning an example of what happened in one of these islands, I think Anguilla, where a white American killed one of our little Dominican boys, and he was allowed to go to America. He never came back. Right or wrong?
You're right.
Okay. But those white folks, you all don't understand here the white man, The guy, if Lera does not believe, that if he comes back here, he'll get a fair trial. Lera is a white guy. You're asking him to come back to a black country, any of the countries in the Caribbean, for Jamaica, Trinidad, or whatever. You're asking him to come back to one of the black countries here, where he'll be judged by a black judge and a black jury, and you expect him to come back here. They don't trust our jury system, Matt. That is why the guy in Anguilla didn't come back. He didn't think he will get a fair trial. So that is the reason that you should never allow that guy to go to America, because he's never going to come back, All right? Would you come back to a black country, Matt, as a white man, where you know in your mind that you may not get a fair trial? Knowing that when you come back, you might either go to jail for the rest of your life or be hanged. Will you come back here? Of course they will not come back. And that is why they should never have given that guy a bail back. I am convinced, I am 100% convinced that if Jonathan Lera goes back to America, he will never come back here for the reasons I've given you. And if you wanted incontestable evidence of that, the guy in Anguilla has given to you, the white guy. Why am I coming back here to a black country to be tried? I don't trust the black folks. I don't trust your jury. I don't trust your judge. That is how they think, man. That is how the white mind thinks about us. So that is why, as far as I'm concerned, the judge I respect his decision, but I think he got it wrong. In fact, if he had studied the Anguilla scenario and think hard about it, about why didn't Anguilla white guy come back to Anguilla? But why didn't he come back after killing the young Dominican? The guy didn't think that he would get a fair trial, Matt. And as far as I'm concerned, Lera should never have been given bail. And all the talk about your blasting, Blackmore. I'm no fan of Blackmore, I'm not a fan of him at all. Blackmore, like all black men, it's only here I hear black people say you cannot talk, In the white man's country, I never had a white man tell white people they cannot talk. Blackmore is a minister of government. Whatever you think, if you think he is wrong to talk, fair enough. You're free to think what you want. But as an individual, he has every right to express his opinion, whether it is genuine or not. You should never stop our black folks from speaking. Let the guy speak his mind. I wish all the ministers of government were as unafraid to speak like Blackmore. Why shouldn't they speak? Right? They are there to represent us, whether you're a minister of tourism or whatever you are. And if the prime minister doesn't like what you say, well, tough luck. If you want to get rid of you, let him get rid of you. But as a black man, you should be able to freely express your position in any field of endeavor you are in Dominica. Don't let anybody tell you, whether you're a judge, that you cannot speak. I don't want to hear that anymore in this country about black men cannot speak. The white folks don't do that, right? If you go to England now and tell the white man he cannot speak, you got to go back to Africa, man. Who the hell do you think you are that I cannot speak? Right? Let the people express their opinion. If the judge doesn't like what he said, well, tough luck. As I said, I respect his opinion, his judgment, but I don't agree with it. I don't think it never should be given bail at all, And as I said to you before, I'll say it again, the only bail I would give Lera is to let him voluntarily walk to the hangman's gallows. Okay? Because it's a heinous crime. That kind of crime should never be tolerated in this little country. You all know it's wicked, and you all should speak about it. So all this idea about having sympathy for that man should disappear in thin air, right? And Lera knows very well, that. I mean, whatever his thoughts are, he knows very well that if he goes home to America, Goodbye, Dominica. What am I coming back here to be tried by you all? He'll never come back. That is why I think the judge should have taken the Anguilla scenario into account before he made this decision. Man. He should never have been given bail. Good morning.
All right, long time. Good morning to you. Greetings, season greetings to you now.
Let me begin by making it fundamentally clear that the state takes this bail application for Jonathan Lehrer, one of the accused of the double murder of Dominic Marchand and Daniel Joseph Langlois, very seriously and is totally opposed to the granting of bail. While I fully appreciate the independence of the court and embrace the principle that within our society, one is presumed innocent until proven guilty, however, there is consensus within society that certain crimes, because of the brutality involved, are very serious and therefore must be dealt with in the most serious manner by the court. The public interest, therefore, is the transcending issue and must be seen to be one preserved and protected by the court at all times. One of the things your government has done over the years is to enact a bail act to seek to bring clarity as to how and when bail should be granted by the court. And in instances where bail should not be granted, one, the seriousness of the crime. Two, if the accused person is a flight risk. And thirdly, the public interest. The state, from the onset, has taken this case very seriously. The police was quick and professional in its response, and that has been manifested throughout the investigations. The state has retained the services of one of the best senior counsels in the area of criminal law from the region to assist with the prosecution of that matter. The state will continue to provide all the resources needed to ensure this matter is properly prosecuted and justice is not only seen to be done, but will be done.
The minister was basically highlighting the position of the prosecutors. The state prosecutors opposed bail before the High Court. And I really don't see, all fairness to Mr. Blackmore, I really don't see why there was a need for the Bar Association or this regional grouping to issue a state. I mean, anybody in the society has the right to express any view or concern regards to the operations of any court. But as always, you have to do so respectfully and within reason. But I didn't see what is the big hoopla. Now, here it is, that the people in the society who were saying that the government was in collusion with the accused and that the government is going to interfere in the court proceedings to allow these accused murderers to get out. I didn't hear anybody say that the government could not interfere in the court business. I didn't hear the Bar Association say that this couldn't happen. This cannot happen. But the minister expressing a particular view saying that he is opposed and the government is opposed because the government is the executive, the state is represented by the director of prosecution and a special prosecutor who was brought in to prosecute that case on behalf of the state. So it wasn't a situation where Mr. Black was expressing a view divergent to what the prosecutors were saying. And if this is a matter that has occupied the minds of the general public, and the public has a particular interest in this because of the extenuating circumstances of this case, because of all of the negative PR that we receive externally and locally from this matter. I don't see why we should be raising alarm by the contents of Mr. Blackmore's statement. And I have read the statement, and I don't think that it's there. My only, if I were to say something, my only thing is that I don't think the minister should be responding to different groups who say something. That's the only departure. Make a statement, and if you finish that, I will not respond to the bar association. I will not respond to this regional group, or anybody else. The statement was made, and that's it. So that's all my only departure there. But I don't. The substantive statement, I didn't see anything wrong with that. I don't think Mr. Blackmore impute any motive, or he was disrespectful to anyone. He was very respectful in the statement, and so forth. I just don't agree back and forth. But what I think he's within his right as a minister, who is charged with ensuring that the security of the state is maintained. You understand? Because if this man gets bail and he escapes, and he goes to America, what are you gonna say? What are you gonna say?
A story to watch, huh? A lot of unanswered questions.
I have been lying in restless slumber after dying a dreadful death. I was a victim, you might remember. A murderous cutlass took away my breath.
Somebody's also accusing the PM of us and saying Mr. Skerritt is talking about if he escapes because he knows their plan. Not me, they're fooling. Criminal enterprise is an understatement. It is because they are colluding. Somebody's alleging with him. He felt so emboldened to harass and threaten people using the public road. He met there. Only in Dominica, under a very corrupt regime, that would happen.
Didn't show me. So now I'm begging society, execute the capital penalty.
My friend in Soufriere, this one for you.
This was in this victim story.
Who says that Mr. Daniel Herrera or Jonathan Herrera should be taken to the gallows?
Just remember this victim story.
Dominic, this is how we wrap it up here for the morning. Another interesting subject coming up. We'll be dealing with the bills this afternoon. Went before Parliament, and of course, the reaction there. This is Q95. Gonna come back, Dominic.
Q95.
Suck up, Pet. Guess what? No lie, today the day we saw Santa. Right out of Dominica. Yeah, man, I'm telling you it's true. Granddad is Santa. Granddad is Santa. Granddad is Santa. Yeah, man. Granddad is Santa. Granddad is Santa. Say again.
Corner Etina.
Santa. What? Granddad.
You're back home for the holidays? I live in Germany. This one for you, okay?
Listen to what comes from your speaker. Santa comes right out of Dominica. Yeah, fear the hair he had all the.
See you at 1 o'clock.
Dominican Santa, we pleased to meet ya. Yeah, ma. And when the presents land under the tree,
a big one, huh?
Your grandkids, they all gonna tell me. We know who bring this present to me. Because it's Granddad He's Santa, you see. Say again now. Granddad is Santa. Granddad is Santa. Yeah, man. Granddad is Santa. Granddad is Santa. Granddad is Santa. What? Granddad is Santa. Granddad is Santa. Oh boy. They all tell me Santa is their grandfather. That looked the case when for a long time he seen no barber. Why? The beard, the hair, and shout, oh yeah. Believe there was one Santa, but there is another. Let's go! Granddad is Santa. Granddad is Santa. Yeah, man. Granddad is Santa. Granddad is Santa. Yeah, again. Granddad is Santa. What? Granddad is Santa. Granddad is Santa. Oh boy. Granddad is Santa. Granddad is Santa. Yeah, man. Granddad is Santa. Granddad is Santa. Yeah, again. Granddad is Santa. What? Granddad is Santa. Granddad is Santa. Oh boy. Look up, Fed. Guess what? No lie, today the day we saw Santa. Right out from Dominica. Yeah, man, I'm telling you it's true. Granddad is Santa. Granddad is Santa. Granddad is Santa. Yeah, man. Granddad is Santa.